So this diffuser is made by Mony, and currently it has an issue where it's not producing any water vapor at all. It can have another symptom where when you turn it on, you would just get a quick flash of light and it shuts itself right off. And that's a symptom that the ultrasonic disc inside the unit has failed or is worn out. It kind of wears out like a light bulb. So to replace that, we want to shut the unit off and power it down. And we'll use this kit from Diffuser that has a new ultrasonic disc and also the proper screwdriver in order to do the repair. So we'll go ahead and take the unit, the cover off. We'll drain the water out of the unit. And open up the kit. And remove the parts. We have a new disc and the screwdriver. What we want to do is remove the screws from the bottom of the unit with the screwdriver. And once we have them loose, they should just fall right out. Now I can just put them in a dish so I don't lose them. At that point, it'll pop in half, kind of like an egg. And then you can see the disc right here, and this wiring going to the circuit board. And notice the colors, blue and yellow, just like the replacement disc. So we can just go ahead and unplug that from the circuit board. Just give it a quick yank, and then we'll want to remove these two screws from the bottom of the water reservoir. And you may notice that these screws are a little bit shorter than the ones that hold the bottom on. So put these aside, and that'll expose the disc. And you'll notice that it's an exact replacement. So to remove this, we don't want to yank on the wire. We just push from the other side, pop the disc through, and remove it and set it aside. And we'll go ahead and take the new disc out. And there's a small notch. You'll feel this is round, and there's a small notch right here, and that's to make room for these wires to go through. So we'll want to line the wires up with the notch. Make sure that this is pressed in firmly, because that's your water seal with the reservoir, and you don't want any water getting through here and onto the electronics. And then we'll want to replace this cover, and notice there's a notch here for the wires. We're going to line that up with the wires and make sure nothing's pinched. And go ahead and get a screw started. And then we'll take the other short screw that we took out, put that in. These discs, they're rated for about 5,000 hours. It's like a light bulb. They vibrate at a high frequency. It's a mechanical action, and after this 5,000 hours or so, they just break down and quit functioning. So that's when you know it's time to replace them. After you've screwed this in tight, you want to make sure that you plug the disc back into the circuit board, and this can only go in one way. There's some small ridges on the top. They line up with this gap, and you want to just plug it in until you hear a little snap, kinda, or you feel it. Make sure it's in all the way, and then line these posts up with this hole, with these two holes, and make sure the switch is in the front and the logo's in the front. And put the posts into the holes, making sure no wires are pinched in there, and that everything lines up nice and tight. And then we'll put our bottom screws back in. And take the screwdriver and tighten the screws. we'll give it a test. Put some power to it, and then fill it up with some water. Put the cover on and power it up. There we go. This Mony diffuser is back in action. So these kits you can buy at www.diffuserdoc.com. And if you have any questions, you can contact us at sales@diffuserdoc.com or support@diffuserdoc.com. We'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/diffuserdoc.